Give me that funky wheelchair now!
A little background on me so you understand the serious situation this whole thing put me in. About 6 years ago, I wound up with several health conditions that all interacted with one another, creating a domino effect of health problems. During the course of those 6 years, plus this current year, I have been hospitalized for no less than a week at a time, 15 times. Despite getting most of the conditions stabilized, I have a few more hurdles to overcome. Those being one, a heart condition where my pump capacity is at %35 and requires me to get a pacemaker, plus one leaking valve. And due to the low pump and all my hospital stays, I've lost almost all the strength in my legs to where I toddle-wobble walk with a cane. But to truly retrain my legs, I need to use a rollator, a stroller with 4 wheels and a seat. Also, my legs are so weak, I don't have the strength for the lift or push of the legs to get me upstairs, and more especially getting off the floor or ground if I fall. Once I'm down, and it takes about 2-3 men to help get me upright. So, one day I go to a store to grab some food and medical supplies. Won't say the store's name, but they usually wear Smurf-colored vests. I slowly toddle, walk into the store, and that day I am wearing black jeans with holes, bright red suspenders to hold the pants up due to all the weight I've lost, a white short-sleeved dress shirt, and a very bright and loud red, green, and goldish-colored plaid vest. I don't even make past the security sensors when I'm suddenly grabbed from behind a woman who looks like she's never worked a day in her life and done up to the nines, so she looks like she should be shopping at high retail stores in New York or Paris instead of this local place. I'm going to call her Snooty. I know they usually call these ladies Karen, but my bonus mom's name is Karen, and she has never treated me badly, so Snooty it is for me. Thus, the playbill for this little production is going to be M=me, S=Snooty, SS=store security, SM=store manager, and, of course, kind of piecing together what I remember of the argument conversation. As stated, I didn't even make it past the security sensors at the building entrance when S grabs me from behind by my right elbow and attempts to spin me around. I shift as best I can, rollator and all, and see this highfalutin lady with an exceptionally annoyed look on her face. "Excuse me, did you not see me try to flag you down? How could you miss us? You walked right past me and my crippled daughter." Her daughter isn't crippled. In fact, all she has on is a brace boot around her left ankle and foot. M, lost in a little bit of confusion. "I'm sorry, I thought you were waving at someone you knew in the parking lot. Do I know you?" S, "No, you don't. But you should pay attention to customers when you bring in the handicapped items such as that wheelchair. I flagged you down because my daughter needs it." M, stammering a lil. I'm sorry, but this isn't a wheelchair." M, stammering a lil. I'm sorry, but this isn't a wheelchair." S, "Yes, it is. This store provides them for handicapped customers, and you need to do your job and give this one to us." S, "Yes, it is. This store provides them for handicapped customers, and you need to do your job and give this one to us." M, That's not my job. In fact, I don't have a job. I'm in the middle of getting approved for disability." M, That's not my job. In fact, I don't have a job. I'm in the middle of getting approved for disability." S, "Really? What a world. Anyone thinks they can get away with lying and excuses. Just give me the wheelchair, and I'll be nice and won't report you." S, "Really? What a world. Anyone thinks they can get away with lying and excuses. Just give me the wheelchair, and I'll be nice and won't report you." M, "I don't work here, lady." S, "Yes, you do. You're wearing a vest, and this is one of the store's wheelchairs." She places a hand on one of the bars on my rollator and grips tightly. S, "Yes, you do. You're wearing a vest, and this is one of the store's wheelchairs." She places a hand on one of the bars on my rollator and grips tightly. M, "No. I do not work here, lady. I am a customer. I'm not wearing the right kind of vest. This item doesn't belong to the store. It's not a wheelchair. It's a rollator. And the store doesn't provide wheelchairs. They provide scooters, which are located behind you. Let go of my walker." S attempts to jerk the rollator from me. "I am going to report you for being rude to customers, especially ones who are handicapped. You're not following the ADA laws. That'll get you fired for certain." M, pulling back on my rollator. "Again, I do not work here." This doesn't belong to the store. It belongs to me. It's not a wheelchair, and your daughter isn't handicapped. She has an ankle brace on, probably meaning she just twisted or sprained her ankle. Grab her a scooter if you want, but leave me alone. S. More lies, more lies. I am taking this wheelchair and I am going straight to the head manager to have you fired. What happens next is a tug of war, to the best of my ability, between myself and the lady with my rollator. She eventually does something kind of intelligent, and she pushes on one of my pulls, which causes me to stumble backward, eventually tripping over my own feet, and K-boom down, I go to the floor, landing on my right butt cheek and my shoulder and head slamming to the floor. I'm in a tremendous amount of pain. The room and my head is spinning. The lady is saying something to me in scolding tones, shaking her finger at me, but my head is ringing. I'm now short of breath, so I don't really hear her nor understand her. She huffs and walks away, and I was told she was slightly cursing as she was having troubles trying to push her daughter around in the wheelchair. Note rollators are made so you walk facing the seat, thus the handlebars face out away, not from behind the seat. Several minutes go by. Folks are trying to help me get up. Finally, there comes in a gentleman, and I believe his 2 sons, all of whom look like they could be professional linebackers, who managed to get me up and escort me to one of the benches just inside the entrance doors. Just a couple minutes more, and the store manager and a security guard come walking up to me with very stern looks upon their faces. SM. We understand you. We trying to take a wheelchair from a handicapped customer, and that you were glancing up and down at me. Well, obviously, attempting to pass yourself off as an employee of our store? Me. No. I was trying to come in here to buy some groceries and medical items when this woman accosted me, telling me I needed to give her my rollator. SS. Well, this woman said you tried to manhandle her to take it away from her. SS. Well, this woman said you tried to manhandle her to take it away from her. I explained my medical conditions and how it's impossible for me to be able to manhandle anyone at the present time or foreseeable future. The man and sons who helped pick me up informed the manager and security that I had to be picked up off the floor, that I had no leg strength as far as they could tell. After this, the manager and security look me over and then look at each other with expressions that said this needed to be looked into further. The SS called for another security officer to have her find the lady and her daughter and bring them up to the front of the store. When they arrive, Snooty starts right on in. S. You've got the right, or should I say the wrong man. He needs to be fired now, and I have a good mind to press charges against him and the store for his assaulting me. SM. Ma'am, I can't fire him as he doesn't work here. SM. Ma'am, I can't fire him as he doesn't work here. S. Yes, he does. He's wearing one of your vests. S. Yes, he does. He's wearing one of your vests. SM. You mean a vest like this? He raises up a side of the vest he's wearing. It looks nothing like our vests, ma'am. It also doesn't have our name nor our logo on it. Well then, he tried to impersonate an employee so he could attack the disabled. I still wish to press charges. SSS. Ma'am, he says this stroller is his. S. This is not his wheelchair. S. This is not his wheelchair. M. It's not a wheelchair. If she owned it, she'd know it's not one. Also, if it was hers, why does she have my wallet and prescription list in the basket under the seat? M. It's not a wheelchair. If she owned it, she'd know it's not one. Also, if it was hers, why does she have my wallet and prescription list in the basket under the seat? S. That shows why you're not the owner. There's no basket under the seat. The SS politely helps up her daughter out of the rollator and onto a bench seat. Walks over and flips the seat up, revealing a little basket which contains my wallet and my newest list of prescriptions to order. S now looks up wide-eyed and somewhat terrified. SS tells his partner to make sure S doesn't go anywhere. SM and SS proceed up the staircase to the manager and security offices. They are gone for about 20 minutes and then come back. SS informs S that the incident was all caught on camera and proves she's the one who started everything, accosted me, and then walked off with my rollator. She starts screaming and threatening the SS and SM with lawsuits and such, but is cut off when an ambulance crew arrives followed by the local police. The ambulance crew get the gurney prepped for me with the backboard and neck brace. Not that I needed it, but with the fall, They have to make sure I'm extra stable and taken in to see if I have anything wrong with my neck, back, or a concussion. They get me loaded, and I'm waiting a few minutes when the police come back from the offices and ask me what I'd like to do. I can be a forgiving guy, usually given my mood and circumstances, but I was still hurting, in utter disbelief at what this lady did, and pissed off beyond all feeling. I let her have it. I told the officers I wanted to press charges for assault and battery if I could get it, as well as theft of my rollator and my wallet. I'm not sure what all happened to the lady, although I know she didn't help herself out. As I was being rolled out the doors on the gurney, I saw her break away from the police, take a defensive stance, and then she started flailing and smacking the officers with her purse and arms, as well as kicking their legs with her pricey name-brand pumps. It didn't take long before they had her face down on the ground, knees in her back, and the handcuffs becoming the next bit of bling around her wrists looking oh so plain compared to her bracelets. I didn't have to do anything. About a week later, I got a letter from the county courthouse informing me that her case was already heard. The store video, SM and SS's testimony, as well those from a couple of other people who came forward after realizing what it was they saw when they walked past us, was more than enough to convict her. I don't know if she served time in jail or community service, but either way, I hope she got to be seen in something either bright orange or maybe an old-fashioned lil black and white striped dress. Update information. Apparently, Snooty did make a plea deal, although somewhat heavily handed in being formed by the judge, the morning after her night in jail, when she appeared in front of the judge. My understanding is she pled guilty and served jail time for assaulting the police officers, resisting arrest, assaulting me, and some other charges that were listed. But they were in high legalese that I've not heard of, so not sure what they were about. Since she pled guilty to those items, the judge went lenient on her for the theft of my wallet. She not knowing the rollator had a basket, nor knowing or being able to see what was in the basket. Not sure what he did about her taking my rollator. She was also ordered to pay for my ambulance, ER visit, x-rays, scans, and prescriptions specifically related to my injuries from the incident, as well as being ordered to seek mental counseling evaluation. So I guess the only thing left that folks have hoped she will pay for, or I should do, is sue for pain and suffering, and the like in a civil case. My lawyers assisting me with filling out and filling my forms for disability, etc., have already talked with me and submitted a civil case against her. The first hearing is apparently in 4 to 5 months from now. Don't have my date book in front of me. For those asking about the daughter, yes, the daughter was aware that her mom was taking my rollator, but she didn't look pleased about it. She looked highly embarrassed. She kind of assumed a slumping, let me hide under the table, or melt and escape through the drain posture when my wallet was revealed and the thought of theft of that was mentioned. I've been told she buried her face into her hands and began to sob greatly once her mother started flailing and kicking at the police officers, and they took her down. Other than that, I have no idea what's become of her or the effects of the incident on her. My hope is that there is a good father in the daughter's life and that he's watching over her, hopefully away from the mother, but that's information I don't have access to, and am too busy with my own life, healing, and paperwork to go snooping around to find out.